Meanwhile, security expert David Okorror has criticized the recent use of tear gas by law enforcement agents to disperse protesters during the ongoing End Bad Governance protest. According to Okorror, the action was unwarranted as the demonstrators were peaceful and not violating any laws. He said that the deployment of tear gas should always be a last resort when managing large crowds. Okorror urged the Commissioner of Police to prioritize the protection of protesters, maintaining the law enforcement agents should facilitate peaceful demonstrations rather than escalating tensions.
There are conditions that the protest can become violent. One is if the protest is prolonged, and two, if an element of opposition is introduced. For instance, what government used to do in the past is that because there is a protest, they will send their own anti-protest. So you have a situation where you have two groups on conflicting sides, and when they meet, it always leads snowball into violence. But if it is that these guys are by the roadside and they are chanting their songs, they are abusing Mr. President, they are talking, they are saying whatever they want to say, and they are not forcefully dispersed or disrupted, there's usually no room for violence. But that's, like I said, as it's going peacefully. But if you allow the protest to go on for another 2-3 days, then you are going to find that other elements, whether within Nigeria and outside, will begin to introduce extraneous ideas or forces that could lead to violence. But as long as the protesters are allowed to do their thing peacefully, I don't see any violence erupting at all. I think my worry is not here. My worry is not Abuja Stadium. These are civil people. It is where the populace live, in the suburb where mass people live, where people are really hungry and people are angry. And that's where I think that the police should focus their interest, because people there will want to take advantage of this kind of protest to begin to loot and break into stores and all that. I think that's where the police should be more concerned, not this one, that this demonstration at the stadium is just for the purpose of the photographs and for public interest. These guys are not likely to cause any problem as long as they are allowed to do their thing. But when the police play into their hand now, because it's a trap, police can play into their hand, and that will become a basis to escalate violence in that area. And I think the police must avoid that.